Hello everyone, I'm Peter from Discus Keeping SA. For the newcomers, welcome. Discus fish are known for their bright colors, calm nature, and round, elegant shape, but they also have a reputation for being difficult. Today I'll be breaking down everything you need to know as a beginner, from tank setup and feeding, water changes, and common beginner mistakes. So let's dive in. What are discus fish? So discus fish are cichlid from the Amazon River, where they live in warm, soft, acidic, slow-moving water. In the hobby, they've been selectively bred into many beautiful strains like Schmidtfolk Red, Sir Lenkers, Allenkers, Red Covers, Blue Rims, Blue Diamonds, Ocean Greens, Cullinans, and Panceras. They are peaceful and intelligent fish that form strong bonds and sometimes recognize their fish keeper. Also at feeding times, they might come up to you and sometimes eat out of your hand. So for the tank size, 200 litre or 55 gallons for a small group of discus, for between 5 to 6 discus. That reduces the stress and aggression in the tank. So for tank styles, bare bottom tanks are easier to clean, especially when raising juvenile discus and breeding discus. For display tanks, you can use fine sand substrate, driftwood, and hardy plants. Keeping in mind the substrate, it mustn't be too fine because some of the discus may eat the sand and it might clog up the intestines. So then you're going to sit with a different problem. If you want to use hardy plants, here's some of my suggestions: Amazon sword, Java fern, Anubias, and Beresoneria. Avoid spiderwood for the sharp edges and sticks that could hurt your fish. The same goes for rocks with sharp edges. So next up, lighting. Discus prefer soft to moderate light. Bright light can stress them out, especially if there's no cover. Up next, filtration. Use gentle but efficient filtration. Sponge filters, especially for breeding, canister filters, hang on the back filters with surface skimming. Make sure the flow is gentle. Discus don't like strong currents. Lastly, and also important on tank setup, is a heater. You need a high quality, reliable heater. Remember, rule of thumb, for each liter you need 1 watt of power. Here by me, I always overdo it to keep that temperature fluctuations minimal. So aim for 28 to 30 degrees Celsius, 82 to 86 Fahrenheit. Use a thermometer and consider heater guards to protect curious fish. Next up, water parameters and maintenance. Discus are sensitive to water quality. This is the number one reason beginners struggle. So ideal water parameters: pH 5.5 to 6.5. Stable is better than perfect. Don't chase pH too much. Rather, keep it consistent. KH, low. Between 1 and 3 DKH. GH, low to moderate. Between 3 and 8 DGH. Ammonia and nitrite, 0. Nitrate, below 20 ppm. Let's talk water changes. What does your water change schedule look like? Here by me, on the juveniles, I do daily water changes, around about 50%. I do water changes throughout the day, so I don't do 50% water changes on one cycle. I break it up in 2 goes, so in the morning and in the evenings. Sometimes if I see something doesn't look right, I even do another 25 or 30% water change. It also adds up. If you want to know why I do this volume of water changes, go and have a look at my stunted discus video. I'll put up the link and you can go and have a look. On the adult side, 2 to 3 times a week, 25 to 50% water changes, and I remove waste every day and do a small top up. Be advised, every setup is different and depends on how many fish you stock and what size you have. Use dechlorinated water that is similar in temperature and pH to the tank. If there's a big difference in the water chemistry, drip acclimate. So here's a useful tip. Use aged RO water. You have more control, especially when breeding discus. So if you want your discus to look like dinner plates, what do you feed them? Discus are big eaters and their diet affects their health, growth and color. Ideal foods for discus: high quality frozen mix, baby brine shrimp, garlic soaked pellets, high quality discus specific granules. Avoid the following: overfeeding, cheap flakes, and leaving uneaten food in the tank. This might cloud the water and most definitely will pollute the water column. Next up, what's your feeding schedule look like? Feeding frequency. On the juveniles, what I do here by me, I feed the juveniles 4 to 6 times daily. The adults only 2 times a day. Always remove uneaten food after 10 to 15 minutes to maintain water quality on juvenile discus and also on your pairs. Next up, tank mates. What tank mates to put in your discus community tank? Discus do best in peaceful community tanks with calm, non-aggressive tank mates that enjoy the same warm temperature. Best tank mates as going with discus, I recommend cardinal tetras, rummy nose tetras, corridoras, bristlenose plecos, apistogrammas, and German blue rams. So fish that I would avoid in a display discus tank are the following: tiger barbs, angelfish, gouramis, guppies, and goldfish. I know a lot of people keep angelfish with the discus and they find a balance between them, but angelfish may outcompete for food or become aggressive. And discus fish are grazers and they eat slow and on their time. Guppies, they are too fast and they also are known for nipping fins. Goldfish, now that's just the wrong temperature range. Common beginner mistakes: skipping the nitrogen cycle. Never add discus to an uncycled tank. Ammonia spikes will kill them fast. And like we know in the hobby, ammonia is a silent killer and you won't know it after it's too late. Point number 2, poor quality fish. Avoid cheap or rescue discus. Always buy from trusted breeders. When you consider adding a rescue discus to your tank, you don't know where it comes from. And always keep in mind of the thing that's a reality, and that's cross-contamination. Point number 3, no quarantine time for your fish. New fish can carry parasites like eczemata or flukes. Always quarantine your fish. Like the internet states, quarantine your discus for between 3 and 4 weeks before introducing them into your main tank. I differ a little bit from that. What I do here, I quarantine them for at least 3 months to get them clear from parasites and get them nice and fat again and to get them healthy before I introduce them into a display or a main tank. This includes cross-contamination, which mixes different pathogens from fish from different origins. Point number 4, inconsistent water changes. Skipping water changes leads to stress, disease, and stunted growth. Make it part of your weekly routine, at least. Point number 5, feeding only one type of food. Variety is key. Mix dry food, frozen and live foods to cover nutritional needs. On the frozen food, make sure there's all of the nutrients in that food that the discus needs. What I recommend for you to keep on hand as a discus owner, test kit to test your ammonia, nitrate and nitrites, also pH. Invest in a good test kit, it helps. Next up, dechlorinator like Seachem Prime or like this one, Seachem Safe, also helps. A backup heater. It's always important to keep a backup heater because backup heaters tend to be useful in the middle of the night when all the shops are closed. Filtration, sponge filter or any media for filtration, that helps. Medication like metronidazole, praziquantel, salt, Epsom salt, potassium permanganate. That's always good to keep on hand. And a quarantine tank. Xperia. I'm obviously not going to catch a quarantine tank. That might be painful. So it's necessary to keep a quarantine tank on hand if you need to quarantine fish, or maybe you need to hospitalize some fish. It helps. Final tips for success. Observe your fish daily. Appetite, color, swimming, slime coat, and also have a look for clamped fins. That's all indications. Stay consistent. Discus thrive on routine. Don't chase pH. Stability matters more than the perfect numbers. Use a journal to log water tests, feeding changes, and fish behavior. If you wondered, the 2023, what's on the book is when I registered Discus King SA. Go and have a look at my video, Who's Discus King SA. I've kept this diary since then with all my notes. What I also recommend doing, join a community or forums, Facebook groups, and YouTube channels like this one. They are great for support. WhatsApp groups also help. If you want to join my WhatsApp group, we'll put up a link. In conclusion, discus aren't as hard as they seem. They just require consistency, patience, and clean water. If you avoid beginner mistakes and follow this guide, your discus can thrive for 10 or more years. If you find this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments about your discus journey and how's it going for you. Thank you for watching and welcome to the world of discus.